Oof, this is horrible. I've got a YouTube channel of gastronomy. Hi guys, I'm Pablo Cabezali from Dining with Pablo. The only thing stable in my life is hunger, and today we're visiting a new place. Right now, I'm at the Plaza Mayor in Madrid, a very visited area of the capital city where you can see a lot of tourists. Today, I'm going to a restaurant which is a trap for these tourists. The worst restaurant in Madrid according to Google Maps. The restaurant is in the Plaza Mayor, and if I'm honest, I'm a bit worried because I know that some people, like Alberto Chicote, when trying to record a video, were told off by the staff. I'll try to bring a very complete video and see if the food is really that bad to be the worst rated in Google Maps. I want to clarify that in this video, I am not going to say the name of the restaurant. You guys can probably figure it out. I'm going to be very honest. Maybe the food is not that bad, or maybe it actually is horrible and this video can reach 1 million views. Before going to eat, I'm going to read some of the reviews in Google Maps. This place has 147 reviews, and if we look at the chart with the stars, we can see that the bar of 1 star is totally full. I'm going to read some of the most recent ones because they are quite scandalous. I'm scared. I hope it isn't as bad as it seems. I'm going to be transparent, so let's see how it goes. I'm already seated in the restaurant, and I think it's going to be complicated because there's a lot of staff, so I'm going to try to not be very obvious. This is the menu. There's only photos and prices. You won't find the name of anything in here. I can see boquerones, calamares, garlic prawns, even things that I don't know what they are. You have cold cuts, fava asturiana, salad, patatas bravas, tortilla de patata, jamón. There's a lot of photos. This is the paella section, and you can also find pizzas. You also see a portion section with different prices because we're on the terrace. You have calamares, chopitos, pimientos del padrón, prawns, tuna, octopus. We've got a tour of all the gastronomy of the peninsula, so I'm going to see what I can order. I haven't said anything, but the prices are high, and even higher because we're on the terrace and in the center of Madrid. Nothing is under 15 euros. Even the cold cuts are very expensive. I might have to ask for a loan to pay today's lunch. I would like half a portion of croquetas, half a portion of octopus, and a paella mixta. Homemade paella mixta. This sounds good. It's time to start, and here we have 3 dishes that have arrived at the same time. Let's start with a classic from Madrid. I also know they're typical from Valencia, but here are the patatas bravas with sauce on top, which I hope is spicy. Let's try this. The sauce is more or less there. I think it is good that it has the spicy touch, but on the other hand, it's quite watery. I don't know if they make it here. There are some pieces that don't taste much. I mean, they're not iconic patatas bravas, but you can eat them. The potatoes are properly salted, they're crunchy on the outside and soft inside. I mean, they're not amazing, but I'm not going to be theatrical and say that they're horrible. I would give them a 5 out of 10. Here we have one of the dishes that work the best in any restaurant. Who doesn't like croquetas? I love them. I've seen these on the menu, but I don't know what flavor they are. Logically, they would be jamón croquetas, which are the most typical. They have a good size, considerable in quantity, and they don't look as if they were full of air. The bechamel looks creamy, and you can also see the bits of jamón. The taste is as promised. They taste of jamón, but it doesn't taste of a good quality jamón. It reminds me of the typical guisantes con jamón with the little bits, but overall, they are acceptable. The breading is crunchy, a bit oily, but not too much. And as well as the patatas bravas, it's not an incredible starter. There are lots of better options, but they get a pass. We move on to Alicia. Here I have the octopus, half a portion. I have to say that only by the looks of it, I don't think much of it. It's a dish that looks very oily, and it's weird because it has like a greasy layer over the oil. Can you see that it stays still? It has like a strange gelatin. I don't know why it is, but it doesn't give me a good feeling. However, let's try it. To push. It doesn't taste bad, but it's very hard. Let's try the potatoes. The potatoes are cold and they don't say anything to me. They remind me of when I cooked them at home, a disaster. These potatoes have zero gastronomic charm. Let's try another piece of the octopus. It's very, very hard. In summary, a very hard octopus which is difficult to eat, and at the moment, out of the 3 starters, it's the one that has convinced me the least. But hold on, because we still have a lot to come. Okay, this is the situation. I'm waiting for the paella and a typical Spanish pincho, which I have waited for a long time. And I want to tell you that we're in the Plaza Mayor with very good views. It's being a very quiet summer in Madrid. There's barely any tourism, and there is a lot of stuff, and they serve you quickly. So in that aspect, I don't see any complaints. I don't know if it changes when there's more clients, but at the moment, I don't find it catastrophic. And I've had much worse meals, but we still have a lot to go. So let's see what awaits us. By the way, if you are seeing this and you're not subscribed to my channel, click on the button to join the community so we can be many more. The pincho de tortilla, thank you very much. After a long wait, here we have the pincho de tortilla. I'm not saying the price of the food because I'm going in blindly. I go to the things that I've seen in the menu that look more touristy, and because some of them are half portions and the others don't even appear on the menu, stay until the end so I can show you the bill so you can see how much this meal has cost in this restaurant. This tortilla is not very attractive. It is warm and it comes with bread. So let's try it. The texture is a bit undercooked, but it seems like a potato paste. These are dry potatoes. Oof, this is horrible. This is very, very bad. Last attempt, but I'm very convinced. It doesn't have onion and I don't like it. I'm going to tell them as soon as they come. It's horrible. I hoped for something better. I mean, it's complicated to make a tortilla, but I hoped for something better than a packaged tortilla, and I can assure you that it isn't. Let's see how the paella tastes. Believe me, I've been waiting a very long time for the paella, and it gets me thinking that maybe what the waiter said was true, and they make the paella here at the restaurant. Even though I'm not an expert in paellas, and I'm only a person who gives an opinion of food according to the experiences I've lived, I'm going to notice if it's a well-done homemade paella that wouldn't disappoint any tourists that come to Madrid. So I'm pretty intrigued. Let's see if it arrives, and I think I'm going to order another dish to make this more entertaining and with more quantity of plates. They told me that they got it wrong with the other pincho de tortilla, so they brought a new one, which they say is better. I still don't find it very attractive, it's less cooked, and I think that they want me to show a more decent one to the camera. I'm going to try it even though I didn't like the previous one. This tortilla is a bit better, but it's still not great. And it's missing onion, and there's too much potatoes. You only eat potatoes. I'm sorry for the ones who prefer tortilla without onion, but there's no comparison. It's like if you told me that you prefer cheesecake with syrup on top. It doesn't make sense. Let's see if they bring the paella, because I really want to try it. They've come over and I wasn't filming, and I don't want to turn on the camera in front of them, but they brought another octopus and they told on themselves because they said that they got it from another jar. It's still very hard. This one doesn't have paprika and you can tell that the quality is not good. I don't like it at all and I would spit it out, but there's a lot of people watching and I don't want to put on a show. With problems come solutions. Here's the paella. I've ordered a mixta because it has seafood and chicken and it's easier to judge, and I know that you like that. I know that you might add in the comments that the typical thing about paellas in Valencia, but I'm in Madrid and I ordered a paella and I'm going to see what it tastes like. I don't have a spoon, but I do have a lot of forks and I'm going to use this one. Just by looking at it, it doesn't seem to be the best paella in the world, but it doesn't look that terrible. However, what's important is what it tastes like. The rice isn't wonderful, but you can eat it. I would love to say that it's terrible. I'm a person that is very honest, and if I like it, I say it as well as if I don't. This is quite normal. Maybe some pieces taste weird, but nothing to worry about. Let's try the chicken. The chicken doesn't taste of chicken, it tastes of the adobo. And I'm teleporting to when I was in primary school and I stayed to eat in the school cafeteria. It's a paella that tastes as if it were done in big quantities and it doesn't stand out in any aspect, but at least you can alleviate hunger. Let's try the calamar. The flavor and the texture are very mid. I think that they're frozen. Let's go with this meat, which I'm not quite sure what it is. And by the color of it, I don't reach any conclusions. It's very acid. That was not nice. As you can see, I have polished my ways and I don't spit directly in front of you anymore. The paella is very versatile because if you get a piece with peas, it tastes of rice with peas. And if you get a piece of chicken, it seems as it has a bit more flavor to it. We only have one thing left and I think it's obvious that it's going to be frozen. And it's the shrimp. They're not warm. Let's see. Ooh, this is very hard, believe me. I try to press it and it doesn't break. We're still missing one thing, and it's this mussel. It's very powerful in flavor, but it's not great. It's sad because I thought this paella was going to be worse, and even though it's not amazing, I mean, don't come here if you want to eat a good paella in Madrid, but at least you can eat it. I wanted to try something less typical, but let's try the crema catalana. And bring a bill as well if you can, please. It has its things, some better and some worse. Thank you. Well, let's go with the only dessert you will see in this video. I know it's weird that I've only ordered one, but the rest were fruits and ice creams. I'm very glad that the restaurant recognized that the desserts are not homemade, and this crema catalana is clearly not done because of the texture and because the top part should have a crunchy caramel layer and it's very soft. It's not bad, you can eat it, but it is like vanilla ice cream. The top layer does have a little hint of caramel, but it's nothing like a real crema catalana. To be nice, as I said on other occasions that desserts were too cold, this time you can eat it, my teeth don't hurt. It's sweet, but it's not a big deal. Now, we only have to wait to find out how much the meal has cost. Something that worries me. Not because of the amount I have to pay, but it's what everyone complains about in the Google Maps reviews. So, let's see how much it is. Some things are better and some are worse. The croquetas and the bravas were okay, the octopus was hard, and the tortilla didn't have onion and it reminded me of a packaged one. The paella had good and bad things. The dessert is not bad, but it's homemade. I have a gastronomy YouTube channel. It's a YouTube channel where I give my opinions on restaurants and what I think about the food. Yeah, but as well as the group over there can give their opinion on a review, I give mine. I have come to this restaurant, if I'm honest, because in Google Maps I've seen a lot of bad reviews and I haven't eaten terribly, but it wasn't amazing. Some things were better than others. I was surprised when I saw all of the bad one-star ratings. Yeah, I know it's complicated. Yeah. It's a lot of years. Yeah, of course you can't do that. People put whatever. No, of course, if the food is good, you get good comments.
Siempre tenemos lo malo. Lo bueno casi no se molestan.
Well, I mean, when something is bad, people talk about it. It seemed that in all of the videos of worst restaurants that I've done, I run out of battery in the camera, but it's a coincidence. I don't know how much I've captured, but I've been talking to the owner and apparently he's the third generation. The restaurant is open since 1926 and he was very nice. He wanted to talk to me because he's worried about his business and basically that he doesn't pay many attention to the opinions because he believes people are mean, and I had to agree with him. When we don't like something, we tend to express this a lot more. We were talking about the situation in general because I've never seen a Plaza Mayor like this before. But let's see if I get the bill and I tell you how much it costs. Here I have the bill, and against all odds, I'm surprised because I thought it was going to be way more expensive. The total price is €45.10, 9 the octopus, 3.5 the bravas, 4.5 the tortilla, the croquetas 5, the paella 13 per person, 140 the bread, the crema catalana 5.50 and 3.20 for the bottle of water. These places have a supplement for eating on the terrace. My honest opinion is not as bad as I would have liked it, so it would be more interesting. There were better and worse things, and I've shown my impressions. Maybe if I ordered other dishes, I would have liked it better or less, but everything is on here, nothing is missing, so I'm going to pay. I hope you've liked the video. If this video has enough support, I will go to the worst restaurant in Spain according to TripAdvisor, which is in Cantabria. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet, because I'm going to discover restaurants around Spain with you. And as usual, see you in another video.